Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you didn't already know, act like you know, because it's that as though. So let's hop right into this video. So today the video we're going to react to is Josh Peck's bizarre response to Drake Bell and Dan Schneider allegations. This is weird as F, okay? And the video is by Salone. But before we hop in, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's just hop straight into it.
You clearly do not like this guy.
But no one needed to know that. We made this saying that people we love, but maybe we weren't that close.
If I haven't talked to you since 2023, take that as a fucking sign that you don't exist to me anymore.
I've noticed a lot of comments on some of Josh's TikToks and some of his posts, and it's been very sensitive. Take it a little easy on him.
Oh, you asked people to take it easy on him?
Josh Peck reached out to Drake Bell after he came forward with his story, but fans don't believe that Josh's intentions were pure. After the documentary came out, he was silent and posted TikToks that seemed to mock those Nickelodeon child stars. Josh received so much backlash for his silence, he decided to talk to Drake, but wants the public to know that they are not friends. This situation is far more difficult than it needs to be, so let's get into it. Recently, everybody's been talking about Drake Bell because he opened up about what he went through on the set of Nickelodeon, and it was disturbing. Now, after he came forward with this story, there's been a lot of mixed reviews. We've got a lot of people who have empathy and sympathy for what Drake could have gone through. I mean, he was only a child at the hands of this man, and he went through a lot of really graphic things. But on the other side, we've got people who are still upset with Drake because of his own past criminal charges and allegedly having a full relationship with a minor, which he was ultimately charged for, like, inappropriate text messages. So, you know, take that with what you will. I feel like I want to ask Drake a little bit more about that. The documentary didn't really talk about his own criminal charges, which I don't think it really made sense because
it doesn't make sense to talk about
it's a documentary about Nickelodeon.
Right.
I do think that there is an opportunity for him to maybe talk a little bit more about that one day. Nonetheless, there's been a lot of people supporting Drake. There's been other child stars mocking him, kind of like the people from Ned's Declassified. But when it comes to Josh Peck, his right-hand man, a lot of people looking at him, asking him, like, hey, so what do you think? I mean, these two did have a show together. This article reads, Josh Peck called out for odd video after Drake Bell details what he went through in Quiet on Set documentary. Speaks volumes. Now remember, there was drama between these two because Drake wasn't at Josh's wedding. That was an entire saga. But fans are blasting Josh Peck for his silence following the bombshell allegations from his former co-star Drake Bell. Now I want to state that Josh Peck has since made a statement, and we will get into that. But I want to talk about kind of the timeline. So he, immediately he didn't say anything, which a lot of people were confused.
Listen, I don't know. It's kind of tricky to be like, oh, they work together, so he must say something. He has to say something. Really, nobody has to say nothing. And I'm not saying, if he actually truly does know something, or, if he was harmed, obviously speak out. But nobody owes anyone else to add on to the situation. And plus, Josh Peck is not Drake Bell's friend. So I can't imagine. I feel like, if anything, he's probably going to add some sort of negative or cloud over what Drake is going through. So, and what all the other victims are going through. Because, like you said, they are not friends. That is not his friend.
Why? And it's not like Josh has to come out and say, Dan Schneider's terrible, Nickelodeon's terrible, I was harmed on set.
And not everybody has the same experiences.
But he could say, hey, I see my fellow co-star, admitting this, power to you, sending love, some kind of acknowledgement. TikTok users called out Josh after he posted a particular video Monday of him lip-syncing to a viral sound, which says, if I haven't talked to you since 2023, take an effing sign that you don't exist to me anymore. I mean, if this is about Drake Bell, then they've got a feud going on. One person commented on Josh's video saying, "Your silence speaks volumes, bro. It's really sad." And here's this video that everyone's reacting to.
If I haven't talked to you since 2023, take that as a fucking sign that you don't exist to me anymore. Damn, you fucking bug. You got sprayed with the raid. Bye. See you never.
Keep in mind, he posted this right after, Drake revealed everything. So it's not like he wasn't aware. So Drake was your friend. You knew he got essayed and sided with the...
How do you know if he knew?
Weight wasn't the only thing you lost. Now they're trying to come for Josh Peck's weight loss. Now it makes sense why he's besties with David Dobrik. That is an interesting take. I like that. Someone said he wants it quiet on set. Another person wrote, "We all watched it, Josh." And then another person asked the question everyone's wondering, "Have you talked to Drake?" This person wrote,
"They're not friends.
Yourself, Josh." Another
why would he talk to him?
Brother, Josh,
some people are just like that.
This person
like
asked,
they don't have
"So
with you.
why
They don't
did
have
you
with
say
you
Chad
at all.
and Drake were lying. Did you take the hush money?" Another comment, "Josh, this is not the time." And then more and more people are asking Josh if he's talked to Drake. Now I feel like there's a little bit of misperception here when it comes to their relationship, because they were on a show together when they were young. They were working.
Yeah, don't mean that they're friends.
People don't like working.
Or were friends too.
They weren't really friends. They were co-workers. And Josh said in 2022 that he hadn't kept up with Drake in over 10 years.
There you go.
Obviously, Drake felt
so why would he
differently
talk to him?
about Josh because when Josh got married, Drake went on a social media rampage on why he wasn't invited. Josh tied the knot with his wife Paige in 2017, and Drake Bell went on a media rant about how he felt snubbed. Josh claimed on the BFF's podcast that Drake even sent him a series of harsh messages on his wedding night. Here's a clip of Josh explaining a little bit about what happened in that fight, because that really, I think, ended their friendship for good.
You clearly do not like this guy.
I guess I could tell the story of my wedding. So I get married to my wife, and so we have this small wedding, and the dirty little secret, I guess, was I knew that Drake and I didn't stay in touch for the 10 years since we had made the show, but no one needed to know that. I was happy to just die with that secret that we made this thing that people really loved, but we weren't that close.
Yeah.
So I didn't invite him to my wedding because I hadn't really talked to him in many, many years. Cut to, I'm getting married that night, and I see these text messages from him, cursing me out, coming for me. I'm on the night of my wedding, and I'm
He was surprised he wasn't invited then?
He's surprised, but then he takes to the internet, and he starts writing these tweets that immediately catch fire.
That's
now,
so weird.
Josh did share that when he saw Drake at an award show shortly after, he went up to him and said, "Go apologize to my wife," or something. That is going to happen. So Josh really doesn't have any patience.
Not the
I don't
threads.
care about it, whatever. I signed up to be a public person. It is what it is. But here's my wife, right, who's getting torn down on the internet, and I'm she's private, and she just got married. Can't she just enjoy this? And I remember that I was at the Video Music Awards, and I see him there, and he sees me, and I go up to him, and this might be the most Sopranos thing I've ever done. And I look at him and I go apologize to my wife right now. And he goes, "Okay." And he made a beeline for my wife, and I see him do this whole 5-minute performance of an apology, and it was I was "Go apologize to my wife, or something bad's gonna happen." And I was good for me.
That is very Sopranos.
Yeah, bossed up.
Is that the last communication?
Pretty much.
As I alluded to earlier, Drake felt differently about Josh, and actually he shared at some point that he would be open to working with Josh again, which I feel like that bridge is kind of burned.
Yeah, it's come and gone.
If Josh came back, that would be, I feel like that's a little bit re-traumatizing. Drake had said if the opportunity presented itself, he would jump in a second, because the chemistry that he has with Josh is so unattainable in the business. But also keep in mind, they work together as kids, so they have grown up, they're different people now.
Yeah.
Josh clearly does not feel the same way. Either way, Josh, friends with the Vlog Squad, I don't think he's necessarily some angel or anything over there.
Right.
Kind of sad for Drake that he had this understanding of their relationship and Josh didn't, because it must feel a little bit I would feel bad. And also, Josh should understand they have publicly worked together, they are associated with each other. This co-star, your former friend, maybe not your friend, but your former co-star, who's very publicly tied to you, came out with these horrific details about things that happened when you were you were not around him, obviously, when the crimes happened, but you were in his life.
The
at that
vicinity,
point. It was during the time that you knew him. So for you not to acknowledge it at all, that is just a lot. Drake Bell responds to backlash. Over co-star Josh Peck's silence on the Quiet on Set docu-series. Drake said, "I've noticed a lot of comments on some of Josh's TikToks and some of his posts, and I want to let you guys know that he reached out to me." Drake noted that he's been going through a really emotional time since coming forward with the documentary. Reports write, in fact, he's especially thankful for the support he's gotten from Josh Peck during this difficult time. And in parentheses, they clarify that although Josh and Brian have the same last name, they are unrelated. Which is really, that's such an odd coincidence. How Brian Peck is the criminal here, Josh Peck's the co-star friend, and why are they, how many Pecks do you guys know? I don't know anyone last name Peck. I don't know anyone else.
But that's not really the point.
I just want to clear something up. I've noticed a lot of comments on some of Josh's TikToks and some of his posts, and I just want to let you guys know that this is really, processing this and going through this is a really emotional time, and a lot of it's very, very.
I feel like he contacted him.
So not everything is put out to the public.
Josh
but
contacted Drake and was like, "Make them
me,
stop."
And it's been very sensitive, but he has reached out to talk with me and help me work through this.
Oh, there you go.
Really, really great. So I just wanted to let you guys know that and to take it a little easy on him.
This person wrote, "Thank you for sharing your story, and I'm glad Josh had reached out." Yes, as he should. This has been a wild series finale to Drake and Josh, not gonna lie. I agree. Someone also said that if he reached out, I hope it's for you and not to get the heat off of him. Because,
right.
Josh has been very upfront with not being friends with Drake, so maybe he would just, befriend him for a little bit to get some bad attention off of him. One person wrote, "I wonder how Josh reacted to hearing this news, because I was crushed and I don't even know this man." And that's when we hear from Josh Peck. Josh said it took him a few days to process it, but he reached out to Drake privately and he wanted to give his support to the survivors who were brave enough to share their stories about what they went through at Nickelodeon. Children should be protected. Reliving this publicly is incredibly difficult, but I hope it can bring healing for the victims and their families, as well as necessary change to our industry. It is interesting because he doesn't go on to say that he's never had a bad experience or that he's not someone who was harmed, because a lot of Nickelodeon stars, they were kind of I think this is kind of trashy, but a lot of them were putting out statements I wasn't harmed, I wasn't,
and it's it's not even
asking you
about exactly.
Tell us, but I don't think Josh. At least it doesn't seem like there's any evidence that Josh had been harmed Drake was at any extent.
Right. Honestly, I'm gonna stop it right there because I feel like it's just gonna be a little bit of a little wrap up. But yeah, I think that it's definitely important for people to speak out about what's going on, if they were a victim and if they want to. That's the other thing, because people, once they find out that maybe you're a victim of any sort of assault or whatever, they want you to speak out. They want you to be the head honcho, the face of it all and everything, and then they want everybody else that maybe has had that experience to also speak out. And more than half of the time, these like Sloan said, these people are literally reliving the situation when this came out. Quiet Unsaid, this is a lot for a lot of people, so you shouldn't be so forceful and wanting to make people talk on that, or speak on that, I should say. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.